Good morning, everyone. Nathan here from All Properties Group. Matt here at the beautiful Calypso Bay Cafe at the moment, jumping online to give you the live weekly wrap, what's going on in the markets around the Gold Coast at the moment, especially on the northern end of the Gold Coast. Now, if you missed my video yesterday, jump onto the Facebook or onto my YouTube or LinkedIn even, and check it out. I really talk about what has happened in winter this year in 5 core suburbs in the northern Gold Coast and what that sort of will mean looking into winter. But today I'm going to talk about a bit of the confidence in the marketplace and what we saw last weekend as well. We have started to see that sellers are starting to meet the market. Yes, we have seen a dip in the market. There's simply no way of going around that. Majority of markets have seen between a 10 to 12% drop around the Gold Coast. And sellers are starting to realize that and meet the market, which is great to see. So last weekend, we got a contract on 53 to 55 at Lockview Court out at Tamborine. Building and Pest was done yesterday, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks we should have some news on a sale price there, as well as 8 of 120 Highfield Street down in Merrimack. That contract collapsed a few weeks back. We've just got another contract underway. Building and Pest has been ticked off. Finance should be clear very, very soon, so we'll watch that one as well. Today we're opening 73 Rymore Circuit, beautiful home, $1.4 million plus offers. Number 1, Windward Place, stunning waterfront property in Calypso Bay, $1.9 million plus offers. And 36 Yatla Street in Gainsborough Greens, $879,000 plus offers. Fantastic 4-bedroom home with a pool in that estate. So keep an eye out. I'll let you know the results of that throughout the week and next weekend as well. But let's talk a bit about the confidence. So obviously we've had successive interest rate rises. You're probably sick of hearing that. But the one thing the media didn't go out and hype up and talk about, which is why would they, is that most of the big banks, so Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, Macquarie, and Suncorp, actually slashed their long-term fixed interest rates. 4-year rates have now dropped as high as, I think, Commonwealth Bank dropped their fixed interest rates at 4 years by 1.6%. So as a buyer, you're looking to the big banks majority of the time for some confidence. They usually got people in the background that know what they're doing. They've got economists. They're preparing for where the interest rates are set to go. So when they increase their fixed rates long-term dramatically, it instilled fear on a lot of borrowers, a lot of sellers, and a lot of buyers out there, when that pretty much put a halt on the marketplace. So now that they've dropped those fixed interest rates, and from what I'm hearing from a lot of the sources I've got, there's potentially more drops to come, actually, not only in the fixed, but also the variable, because as we know, the big four and some of the smaller banks passed on all of the interest rate rises so far. Potentially there's some drops to come there as well. So that, as soon as that happened, we saw confidence back into the market. Brokers that were working with buyers and sellers at the time instantly were on the phones and talking to people and letting them know that news. We've seen buyers now rushing back into the market, preparing to get themselves in a home before rates do start going up. And the one big thing that we need to note, and if you're a buyer, this is really, really important, is that if you were to compare, let's say you were borrowing $1 million, right? You're going all out. You're $1 million now, and if the property prices drop $100,000 to $900,000, but the interest rates double, it's still going to cost you more in repayments by waiting for a price drop into the market based on the interest rate. So you're better off locking in a price now. Remember that property is in a cycle. It's the same as things like the stock market. All investments have their ups and downs, their peaks and troughs. Right now, we're probably in this small little dip bit before real estate takes back off again. We've got to remember that the Gold Coast especially, and Brisbane, has got more infrastructure coming up and planned than has ever been before. So if there's ever a better time to have confidence in investing into the property market, it really is now. As a property investor, as an owner-occupier, first home buyer, upgrader, downsizer, whatever it is, I don't think there's any better time than now. Let's talk about the changeover price, for example. If you were upgrading, right? Let's say you were selling in Pimpama and you were wanting to move to a waterfront home at a Calypso Bay. Let's say you were selling for $800,000 and you were wanting to buy at the beginning a property worth $2 million in Calypso Bay. So there's a $1.2 million price gap. But let's say the market drops 15%, right? Your $800,000 property is now worth $120,000 less, but that $2 million property is now worth $300,000 less. So that changeover has actually shrunken. So you're $180,000 better off if you're upgrading in this kind of marketplace. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're looking at property and you're looking to make decisions. renovating is a very, very interesting topic at the moment. I'm actually renovating myself. I started renovating before the interest rates rose, in hope that I'd be completed and on the market and sold. But unfortunately, as everyone's probably aware, building is not very easy at the moment, and it does take a bit of time. And I've just released a video on Instagram. If you jump onto my Instagram, you'll see I spoke about newer homes or fully renovated homes performing better in the marketplace, outperforming the others. And what we're going to see is this Northern Gold Coast pocket where we've got newer homes like in Ormeau Hills, in Gainsborough Greens, in Pimpama Road, a lot of these newest estates around the Northern Gold Coast, where buyers don't want that hassle of finding trades and overpaying hourly rates and for materials and things like that. So they're going to feel a lot more confidence spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 more on a complete home where they don't have to do anything, versus a property where they've got to guesstimate the costs to renovate or complete, which could blow out. At this stage, they're blowing out, it seems like 30% every 6 months from what I'm hearing. It's pretty crazy in the building field at the moment. And that's something that you've got to keep in mind. So if you're selling a home, you're looking at coming to the market, the things you really need to be focusing on in this marketplace is getting everything prepared. So that's doing a building and pest report pre-sale, finding all those niggly little issues that a buyer is going to find and potentially pull out of a contract or negotiate on. Get them all fixed. Get your shower screens resealed, all regrouted, repaint the house, fix holes in the walls, tidy up those things that buyers, all they're going to see when they walk into a home is dollar signs in their head. Fix that and you're always going to sell for a premium price. And as a buyer in this marketplace, you've got a fantastic opportunity, to be completely honest with you. And Bree, my buyers manager, is working with buyers every single day. There's never been a time, well, not never, but in the last 2 years, it's rarely been times where you've been able to walk into an open home with maybe only 2 to 3 people and be one of the only offerers and negotiating one-on-one with a real estate agent to buy a home. That's a lot of power that you hold that you haven't held for quite some time. And that's going to change more than likely come spring towards Christmas, as interstate buyers and international buyers start getting ready to flock to the Gold Coast for summer. It happens every single year. So buyers and sellers, get into the marketplace. Now is the time to do it. If you do need some help, if you're either buying, selling, renovating, refinancing, whatever it is, if I can help at all, 0407 760 435. It's just here as well. Get in touch. I'd love to talk to you about what you're doing. I've got experience buying, selling property, renovating. Been a real estate agent for quite some time now. I'm more than happy to provide you some expert advice, and I enjoy it. So have a great weekend. The weather is absolutely beautiful this morning. Go get a coffee at your local cafe. Get out, support some small businesses. Head to your open homes. See what's going on in the marketplace, and I'll talk to you soon.